So, you're a recent IT grad, right? You've probably spent countless hours grinding away on data structures and algorithms. But what if I told you that all that prep might be for the wrong test? Today, we're going to decode what major IT companies are really looking for when they hire freshers. No, really, I want you to stop and think about this for a second. Because a lot of the standard advice out there, it might be pointing you in the completely wrong direction. It could be making you focus all your energy on the part of the process where, honestly, the fewest people are actually getting cut. And there it is, this one sentence. It changes the entire game. You see, these companies aren't just trying to figure out what you already know. They're running a very specific, very deliberate screening to find out something way more important about you. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about this massive shift in thinking. Companies know you don't have real-world experience. They're not looking for a perfectly polished, finished product. They are hunting for potential. Now, this right here, this is the great disconnect. You walk into an interview thinking, okay, I have to prove how much I know. But on the other side of the table, the hiring manager is thinking something totally different. They're looking at you and wondering, if I invest 6 months of training in this person, will I get a return? How fast can they actually learn our systems and start helping the team? That is a profoundly different question. And listen, this isn't just some theory. The biggest names in the business are basically shouting this from the rooftops. Infosys straight up says they hire for learnability. The TCS National Qualifier Test, it's literally built to filter people based on aptitude and how they reason, not just raw coding skill. And Wipro, their interviews consistently poke at your conceptual understanding. They're all looking for the exact same thing. Can you be trained? Okay, so understanding this trainability signal is one thing, but actually using it to your advantage is another. And that starts with understanding the hiring funnel, because this is where most freshers make a huge strategic mistake with their time. So for most of these big recruiters, the process looks pretty simple. You've got your online aptitude test, then a technical interview, and finally the HR round. Seems straightforward, right? But what almost everyone gets wrong is where the real chopping block is. And here is the absolute key. The single biggest filter in this whole process is stage 1, that online test. This is where the overwhelming majority of applicants get cut, and it has almost nothing to do with how well you know complex data structures. It's all about speed, accuracy, and just your raw logical reasoning skills. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? Most freshers spend weeks, maybe even months on deep technical stuff, but only a few hours practicing for the aptitude test. The whole preparation ratio is completely upside down. To get past that massive first filter, you've got to flip the script and dedicate serious, focused time to absolutely nailing that first test. Okay, so let's say you did it. You crushed the aptitude test. You're in the interview room. Now what? How do you keep sending that I'm trainable signal? Well, it's all about how you frame your answers, translating what you did in college into what they need in the real world. You are going to get this question. I can almost guarantee it. And you have to realize it's not just a technical pop quiz. It's a huge opportunity to show them how you think, how you solve problems, and how you talk about your work. Just look at the difference here. The weak answer is, well, it's just a feature list. It tells them nothing. But the strong answer? It tells a story. It starts with a problem. It clearly defines your role, and, this is the most important part, it highlights what you learned. That last bit is pure gold, because it's a direct signal of your ability to grow. Here's another classic. This one is designed to see if you've just memorized a definition from a textbook or if you actually get the concept on a deeper level. They want to see if you can think in analogies. A weak answer immediately goes into code and technical jargon, but a strong answer does something way more impressive. It makes a complicated idea simple. Using an analogy like a universal remote shows you can communicate complex topics clearly. That is a massive indicator of trainability. And now, the classic HR question. Let's be clear, this isn't about your grand life ambitions. It's a test for self-awareness and whether you have realistic expectations. They really want to know if you understand that your first job is all about learning. Saying you want to be a senior is just a scripted, empty answer. But the strong response, it shows humility. It shows you understand there's a learning curve. It signals that you're coachable and you have a realistic plan for your own growth, which is exactly what a company wants to invest in. Now, before we wrap up, we have to talk about a very common mistake. It's this belief that loading up your resume with tons of online course certifications is the golden ticket. I call this the credentialing trap. Think about it. A certificate just proves you can watch videos and pass a multiple choice quiz. But just one single project that you can explain inside and out, the problems you hit, the bugs you squashed, the trade-offs you made, that is infinitely more valuable. It proves you can actually apply knowledge, not just collect it. Depth beats breadth every single time at this stage. So, if the real test is trainability, then your entire preparation strategy needs a reboot. It's not about cramming more facts into your head. It's about learning how to demonstrate the way you think. So, what does this new mindset look like in practice? Well, first, start talking through your reasoning out loud. Focus on the why behind a concept, not just memorizing the what. And if you don't know something, be honest. Frame it as something you're excited to learn. Always remember, they are not hiring you for your perfection, they are hiring you for your potential. I want you to really internalize this, burn it into your brain. The moment you truly believe the conversation is about your ability to learn, all that pressure to know everything just melts away. And you can finally show up as your authentic, curious, and trainable self. And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. As you get ready for your next interview, just ask yourself this one question. Are you preparing to show them what you know, or are you preparing to show them how you think? Because that answer, that will make all the difference.